Good morning. It's Saturday the 4th of May 2019 and about 8:30 in the morning. Right, our plan of campaign today. First thing I want to do is fill up that gap. Well, in fact, first thing, cover over the window so any stuff that falls down doesn't go on that window. So cover over that somehow and then fill the gap up there. I've done the other side, but I really do need to do this side. That needs to then go hard, leave that until tomorrow. Then tomorrow, I could get around this side, I need to cut off the excess foam from this side and the other side. Okay, and then later on, after I finish that, we have some of this stuff. This is called wire armoured cable. It's pretty heavy. I'm not sure what it weighs, but it's actually quite a lot. And I'm going to run some power, well, in fact, from over the house, around the garden, that way, and then through the black pipe there, and into the shed. Some sort of distribution panel or something up there, or whatever, so I can switch on lights and things like that. Only temporary. I'm not planning to bury the cable at the moment. I've got to dig a trench and bury 3 cables and 2 pipes. So that's going to happen in the future. At the moment, it's going to run laid around the side of the side of the garden. In fact, I'm not even planning to clip it, which I think I'm really supposed to do. But anyway, so that's the plan of campaign. And hopefully, once I've done that, over the weekend, somehow I've got a couple of lights. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but at least I'll put one here. So I can, again, I'm going to wire tie the cable up and the ceiling so that we can have some illumination at night. When you come in here, it's really dark. Oh, actually, also, well, I didn't mention, I got a little improved padlock for the for the cupboard and a similar one for door out here. I'm currently sitting there, so the gate out here. But the only problem is I need to mark them in the keys in some way. So I'm not sort of get there and think which key is which. You know, it's always the wrong one. Anyway, that's the plan of campaign. Onward. Okay, this is the where the alarm cable goes through for the alarm. Well, for the big alarm on the outside. So rather than drill a new hole, I'm going to insert the power cable through the same hole. It's only a temporary measure. Eventually I'm going to dig up the ground and put it in that way, but I don't really want to do that for the moment. I've got to do a whole load more, and I really haven't got around to doing that. So digging trenches, doing a whole load of other stuff. But, so for the moment, I'm just going to put it through the same hole and somehow wrap it around the top here. Whatever. But main thing is just to get it in so I can have some sort of power in the shed. Oh, hang on a moment. The pussycat has come to join me. You won't like it when I start, because I might have to make the hole bigger and drill. And you won't like that noise. For some reason he really likes this box here. Don't know why. Here's a cat, who knows. Alright, onward. Okay, that turned out to be a lot easier than I was expecting. No drilling required. So now we have the power cable. It's currently going up out there, and I've just wire tied it up for the cable tied it up for the moment, and down, and does actually nothing, just ends here. But I'll put the armoured cable box thing on the end. I'll plug on the other end of this. Obviously it's just temporary for the moment to get some power to the shed. Longer term I need to dig up the ground, which I'm not looking forward to, but it needs to be done. Onward. Okay, I now need to put the gland on the end of the wide armoured cable. This is actually the end that goes to the house. I've just sort of pulled it back inside so I can sit down on the chair rather than actually try and do it standing up. Or I watched a couple of YouTube videos on how to do this. So this is my first time, by the way. And they both put tape round it, so I put some tape round it where I need to cut it. And I've got the junior hacksaw which they used, and I've got the requirements. According to this, I need 3 core, 2.5mm, so I need a 20S. And lo and behold, this is a 20S. Okay, so hopefully I've got the right one. Onward. Okay, there we are. One man connected. Obviously it's not fully pushed up. And obviously I haven't cut the wire at the other end. It's taken me to about 6 minutes to do that, which I said 15 minutes per connector, and yeah, that wasn't actually with the cable being cut there. So this is I'm slightly ahead of schedule. Well, it does look, it's definitely more fiddly than the way when he did it. It looked, oh, you just did it. Get all these little wires and things in the right places. Well, there's armoured cable bits in the right place turned out to be a bit of a pain. But I'm fairly proud with that. Anyway, onward. Okay, I'm moved the cable, and now that's laid. And what I thought I'd do is do this end first, connect it into this little box thing. So at least I've got a good idea of how it works before having to do it at the other end, which is going to be a lot more awkward and based on the position of where it is. So, onwards. Okay, speak to you later. Bye. Okay, the cable is now connected into the little box. I've even got the external cable, the internal cable coming out. The other end, nothing has happened to it since last mentioned, but also put up this bit of wood, and it's just temporarily screwed in. I'm going to do something better. I need a proper box thing here, with circuit breakers and so on. Okay, I'm now going to attach this to go in there, which is going to take the dropping that, to take the switch to master power switch. Okay, onward. Okay, that's the power all in place at the shed end. So master switch and the individual sockets. So I need to run off a lighting off one of these. There's only a 5 amp circuit, or 5 amp fuse or whatever. And I'm now doing the other end. Oh, it's oh gosh, it's 4:35. Time seems to have disappeared. See you later. Bye. It's now 5:30 and, well, 20 to 6 even. And we have power. We have a light on. Sockets and power coming through the sockets, and even a light up here illuminating the end of the shed where the desk will be. But obviously, there's more work to be done yet. Got to put some lighting up. There's got a strip light thing. I need to put it here so it illuminates the desk. Obviously, just temporarily holding with wire ties. And I've also got a round light, which I'm not sure which one I was going to prefer, so I've got one of each, and we'll see how it looks. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. Well, I've taken it out and put it back in. Okay, so quite a step forward, although it doesn't seem to be much from the outside. Anyway, I think I've got to go and do the shopping and various other things, so this will be the last video for today. And we've got 2 more days. We've got back holiday Monday. Anyway, bye for now. See ya, onwards. Okay, today is Sunday the 5th of May 2019. Plan of campaign is to cut back that foam and on both sides and basically paint everything that's not white white. So yeah, I'd like to get it sealed. Also sand down this filler I put in around here. Now the weather forecast today is rain, clouds and rain. There's a beautiful blue sky and lots of lovely sun. It may not stay that way. If that fails, if it does start raining, I'm going to have to resort to installing the lights and other bits and pieces. But the lights are currently sitting in the box down here, and I think I'm going to install one there, as I mentioned before. Get the wiring. I'm only going to wire it up to a plug, which will then connect in here. Oh, actually these are the power line adapters I'm just checking out at the moment. This is after about 5 minutes, one starts showing an AP. So neither of them I have at the moment. We've only had them in for a couple of minutes, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'll put in some sort of plug in. Maybe plug in here on whichever one is not the AP, and then just have a switch here so I can switch the lights on for all the bits and pieces, and run the cable over. Let that be somehow. Maybe just wire tie it for the moment until I get something more, well, some sort of sealing or something in. I'll know exactly where things will go. Anyway, that's the Planet campaign. Let's get on. Okay, it's now about 11 o'clock, and if you remember, I was saying we had some beautiful blue skies. Well, a little bit of blue over there, but some rather nasty looking clouds, and even a few spots of rain I felt earlier. Okay, I've cut all the foam off, but it didn't really get quite as smooth as I would like, so I've ended up sort of getting some wood filler and filling it out. We now have wood filler up there. I'm going to get the power sander out and sand it down, but now it's just another stage, another slight delay. The time it's going to take. We've done that only on this side, the other side seems to be okay. Hopefully get a chance to paint the other side, all underneath the bits that are exposed wood. And we'll have at least one coat over the whole thing eventually. And hopefully we'll get two. I'm not sure what's happening tomorrow. Anyway, onward. Okay, I've painted under the eave, and on the front or back, depending on how you look at it. It needs another coat yet. I've also painted under this side, with the exception of a little bit at the end where I need to sand it down first. Still got I've done most of the other end, but I need to get it from this side, and obviously the whole of this bit needs to be doing. So far the rain has stayed off, so I'm making reasonable progress. Onward. Okay, that's everything coated with at least one coat of paint, apart from the bits where I need to sand down first, and then we need to paint. Obviously everything needs another coat because it's the wood's showing through, so where I have actually painted it, we go around the front actually, or back depending on the point of view. That's got two coats of paint on, it's looking a lot better. Had some paint left over, so I gave it, well, I had paint left over in the tray I was using, and it's a lot better. Again, up there it's painted and could do with more than one coat. Right, next I'm going to try and see if I can install some lights, which, as I mentioned, are those things down there. Okay, onward. Okay, one light up. And also I put knocking other things over, a router up, which is connected to the power line connectors, and there's a little Alexa as well. Obviously the cable at the moment is pretty dire. That's only because it's only intended temporarily. Eventually I've got to put a proper thing in here and sort many other things out. It'll have to do for the moment. Okay, also light switch here, which is actually onto a plug with a fuse segment, which is a little lower rating than the rest of it. When you're I need to get maybe a 1 amp fuse or something, put a 5 amp in. Anyway, That's only a temporary thing. Okay. Suppose this will possibly be my last video for today. Shall see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, it's Sunday the 6th of May 2019. I've got the table down, desk down from the loft. Had loads of junk on it, which is down here. This is all going to go to the dump, since I don't think I'm ever going to use it again. The table itself is currently in the shed at the moment, and I haven't put it together. So here it is, and eventually it's going to go over in that corner. Well, that's the idea. And then when I finish that, get changed, and we need to start putting quite bright out here, another coat of paint on. I thought about mixing it with some other colour, but had a look at the black I have, and that's not the same sort of paint, so it won't mix very well. So I'm going to just paint white on white, which means difficulty of working out where it is. You might notice here it's much more thicker than here, because I painted that twice and that one once. I might use a brush as opposed to a roller, because it gives more, you can get more into the little cracks and things. Okay, but obviously at the end of the day, people are not going to see this. It's going to be covered with some sort of cladding. Eventually, hopefully, all going to be done with a grey colour over there. But at the moment, I'm just going to get another white coat on. So that's the plan of campaign for today. So onward with constructing the desk. Okay, desk is now in place. I've got to sort out some network connection to it and some power. So I've got this 6-way. What I intend to do is remove the plug and remove the end. I've got some cable down here and use that cable instead. And then run it round, top and drop it down. Obviously eventually it's going to need to be all enclosed, and when I get some insulation in the walls and covered over and things on that line, but for the moment that'll do. Anyway, onward. Okay, desk is now set up with my old laptop and all power connections, networking and so on and so forth. I've got rid of the Wi-Fi router thing. It didn't seem to work and causing problems, so I directly plugged in into the power line adapter. Cable's a bit short, but I can get another one and order another one. Eventually I'm going to build it all in, but one thing at a time. Anyway, next I've got to do the painting. So get changed and start. Onward. Okay, one very much whiter shed than it was, although it's still not 100%. With painting orientated strand board, it's not a very smooth surface. There's also a little bit up there. Filler doesn't seem to be quite as hard as it should be yet. So I've left that, not painted over it. I'll sand it down. Anyway, that bit up there is going to be eventually grey, along with all the boards cladding that comes down. But this is really, the white paint's really just here to protect it from the rain until such time as I get the cladding put on, and to protect it afterwards, stop moisture getting any further. Right. I didn't have to do much filming, because mainly because it's rather boring sitting there watching somebody paint. Many updates, or paint a bit more, but I don't think it's really that interesting. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. It's currently 4:30. I'm not a few other things I need to do, which are nothing to do with the shed. For example, I've got to go shopping now and get some food. So I guess we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.